Hello, everybody. This is Living Over the Darkness, the Rage Across New York. Today we have Cammie, who is going to the northern forest to meet with someone. And our scene will begin as the Cammie enters the military camp. And she is waiting in front of the soldier who is opening a tent of Bill. And Bill isn't, well, he is not here.
No.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Last thing I heard was tents, opening the tents for Bill.
Mm-hmm. The guy looks at you and says, "The captain is waiting for you."
She will just simply say thank you. And she'll walk in.
The the guy kind of like looks. The Bill is, as Cammie knows, he's a Galliard. He is he is extremely harsh to his men, but he is not harsh to who is outside of his um, regiment, so to say. So he looks at Cammie and says, "So you how are you?"
Doing all right. How about yourself, Bill?
I just want to ask one question to you.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you bring Hang here?
Well, he was helpful in South Africa, and if nothing else, he could prove to be a heavy weapon specialist up against the foes we have here in New York. And if not that, he might provide a good enough distraction for people like you and me to be able to do our thing.
I mean, I don't have any authority to tell you who to talk or whatever the fuck you want to do. It's just he's weird.
He's a bit strange, but let's face it, anybody who gets brought into this nation is never going to be normal.
You know, you're gonna meet his dad.
So that's General Ross, huh?
Yeah, kind of sounds like fake name, right?
I don't know. His name sounds pretty incredible.
He is a Philovox elder, and he is a proper soldier.
Salute, rank, name, file.
Yeah. I hope you have all that ready. Um, this is a great honor, by the way. Like him inviting you from all across the world. He will be a nice ally to you if you become his ally.
Well, regardless if I become his ally or not, he requested my presence, and he outranks me by quite a bit, so I will show up.
The the camp you will go is not a cairn.
Okay.
It is The whereabouts of this place is closely guarded.
Okay, I see.
In Australia, there is a cairn of Uktena, another cairn, like two cairns of Uktena, and I think there's a Black Fury cairn. Strangely, as he is like reading something. There's one Bonnar, Child of Gaia, and a Stargazer cane.
Hmm.
Actually, no. It seems there's there's more. Cairn of Visions, multi-tribal pack. No, the cairn, small one. A Black Fury, Fianna, and another small island, which is LWoD. Which one you want us to send? The closest one is the Uktena one.
Whichever one gets me closest to where I need to be.
I mean, we can just drop you there.
Like last time?
Yes and no.
Okay. Hit me with it, Bill. What is the over-under on this? If
Oh
I get,
no, it's like we won't drop you to the sea this time. It's in the land.
is it an active war zone?
No,
Okay.
there are not a lot of hive activity in Australia, as far as I know, but there's a lot of vampires in the city.
Well, I'm gonna try and avoid those if possible.
There is a national park that the Black Furies are trying to get back. It seems there's a bunch of shit going on everywhere. You'd be surprised what Fianna is doing.
Nothing surprises me about the Fianna anymore.
Why?
They're very varied. For every Fianna, there is a new stereotype to be had.
No, fucking hate Fianna. I think they're stupid.
I think on the whole, they're undisciplined and fairly exhausting to be around, but on their own, individually, they're not too bad.
I mean, you say that, but it's just I don't know. They're crazy.
I think it pretty much goes like anything else, Bill.
I don't think we are crazy.
What I was going to say is that every single Garu is different, and every single Garu's version of crazy is unique.
Sometimes I wish I show force. Like shot someone in the chest 2 times, and they don't do stupid stuff anymore.
Well, you make more enemies than allies doing stuff like that.
You would be surprised how many people follows you when they fear you.
To each their own. It's not how I run my pack.
Oh, you are a Peck Alpha now.
She'll nod. We follow General Lee. It's one of Rat's totems.
Didn't heard it before, but well, there's a bunch of totems.
It's pretty good, especially if you like to do things on the open road.
Well, a Ragabash will open a moon bridge for you.
Oh, this is
The
different.
I was kidding with you actually. The first you will go the Cairn of Sorrow. Actually, no. My apologies. There's a stupid place. Not this red talon cairn, no. Oh yeah, the first that you're going to that the fog, and then you will go to the camp.
All right.
Well, see you later. Uh, if you need anything, let me know.
And she'll reach into her bag and pull out a flash drive and hand it to Bill.
What's this?
Just in case anything happens to me on the way there, this is all the data I have on the training gear.
Oh, thank you. He
With or
takes,
without me, the nation needs it.
it's. Thank you.
She'll nod.
Um, outside you will hear voices. And a Ragabash will open you a moon bridge. In the Umbra. You will move a bunch of different places actually. First, like you will go the other side. Uh, you will go like the one of the city cairns of the Glasswalkers. It is close to New York, and then you find a real moon bridge while everybody is sleeping. And Glasswalker tours will be like, oh, well, see you later. And you realize that like they make sure everybody like was sleeping when you leave,
Mm-hmm.
and you find yourself in the weird how do I say this? In one of the city cairns of the Glasswalkers. This there's a guy who was in like just like this, a black suit and uh, sunglasses, cheap sunglasses probably. They look cheap, but maybe they're not. Who knows? And he will say, like when you find yourself on your foot, he will stand at attention and give you a soldier salute.
Cammie will
Tom,
return it.
Tom Buddha Walker, Glasswalker Ruin, Foster, Tom de Born.
Cammie Haveru, Glasswalker Theurge, Cleeth, Hamidborn.
You see, he relaxes. the They sent me to get you to the camp. If you were ready, or if you want anything from the city, please let me know.
There is one thing I would appreciate, and it's only a request. You have any ties with the Lieutenant Cairns in the area?
Our presence here is a secret. We do not exist here.
Do you have channels that you can operate covertly?
Some of them, yes.
If it's not too much trouble, I would greatly appreciate it if a report of the spirit ecology of the Australian continent could be drawn up. It's something I'd like to take back to the lieutenant in my pack.
I will ask my commander. I will ask my general, and if he says okay, I will send it to you from the web.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem. As he like gets relaxed. So can I be relaxed now?
You outrank me, sir.
I mean, you're the one who we invited, so I don't care. Let's be relaxed.
At ease as it were, then.
Yeah, yeah. I am Tom, and I handle the city stuff. I know the Arun handling the city stuff is weird, but I'm good with words.
How do you reconcile your rage?
Gift.
Interesting.
You don't know the Glasswalker gift?
I've heard some things about it. I haven't had a chance to practice it yet or look into it. I'm still working my way up to have the spiritual weight to be able to challenge for Fostern.
I'm surprised. I would have expected you even as an Adrian. I heard the rumors.
I'm just far more motivated than I think people ever give a Cleith credit for.
You know, it's as he like starts moving.
She'll follow.
Well, you will see like there are glasswalkers around, like three of them, playing Overwatch. Man, that fucking piece of shit who hacked the fucking Overwatch to get Genji, Hanzo, and fucking Junkrat out of the game is a fucking piece of shit. Fuck that guy.
Cammie's just gonna mutter under her breath, "Goddamn war hero."
The the guy says, "You play Overwatch as well?"
Occasionally.
Um, what's your main?
Oh, sort of a Mercy Moira main. I go back between the two.
I love Moria, by the way.
I
It
think it
kind of
just
like
comes down to my auspice, I think. I'm the support.
I gotta tell you, I love Soldier 76.
She'll kind of make like, a sort of like a finger guns kind of thing. Like you like him for the gun aspect.
Yeah, I'm kind of like him as well. Outside, there is a car. Um, it's a Jeep that is the top side is open, and he starts driving the car when like Kenny gets in the car and stuff.
Cammie hops in.
And he prefers for music.
EDM.
I don't know what's EDM. I listen ADCD.
ACDC. Okay. That works.
Okay. He slowly opens the music and he starts driving the car. So what's happening at the war zone?
Things are kicking up. Hellhall's growing. I'm working on plans to deal with it.
Hell was growing. That's not what I heard. That's crazy.
Down in New York.
Yeah, I heard there's a hellhole in the Scandinavia to get a finish for crying because of their, unable to hold the hellhole. I heard Lieutenant and the Vendigo arrived to help the tribes who were too weak to defend themselves. I'm trying to open it. subject to talk about, but if you don't want to talk about, we can just listen to music.
I'm I don't know much about that subject, unfortunately.
I thought you would know a lot about the Wendigo and Octena. I never seen a Wendigo in my life before.
Only met a handful. They're not usually well dispositioned to the children of cockroach.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
given the fact that past history being what they are, can't say that I don't understand why they do it. I don't agree with it, but some pains are old and don't go away.
I understand.
So I heard a rumor about the Umbra here.
What's the
Is it,
rumor regarding the Umbra?
is it true that the Umbra here isn't very fond of other Garu?
Time to time, it changes. Sometimes we find ourselves in stupid places. I don't know. I had to save a couple cubs once.
Anything to do with past deeds?
Probably there too much talk regarding that.
Hmm, interesting.
That's why there's a lot of like Octena. They know what they do regarding Umbra and spirits.
I just find it interesting that an entire ecosystem in the Umbra can be hostile.
They're what? What did you say?
She said that she found it interesting that an entire umbral ecosystem could be hostile.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
So, what is the purpose of this secret camp?
You will learn inside of the camp, but I gotta tell you, it may be like the somber umbral stuff. It may be because of the fucking leeches out there. The city is like fucking crawled with them.
How you guys deal with them? Are they overly aggressive?
The in Sydney, there's this guy. We hear rumors about him. Um, that's it.
You know, I heard an anecdote once. It was a funny story about a vampire in what's the name of the city? I guess it'll come back to me. But apparently, he pissed off some Rokea. I think he lived in Perth.
Yeah, like we heard similar stories like that. Uh, I think that story is true though because I heard like the Glasswalkers talking about that story. But
Interesting.
Perth is a fucking weird place, man. I'm sorry, I called you man. The Perth is a weird place, Cammie. We were trying to do something, and we captured this like bomb vampire. And vampire told us like the vampires who we um try to find out will kill each other in one meeting.
Interesting.
That's fucking weird, right?
Pretty interesting, yeah.
But well, shit happens. He drives the car towards the outside of the city. And he will drive the car towards like this forest area. Pardon, not the forest area. The area where like the outside of the city, in the uh, it is close to the ex Lorgan uh small forest. It's really small, by the way. Like the forests are extremely the mount. There's a lot of mountains and
We're
stuff.
going into the bush, is what you're saying.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
and like after some time, someone stops the car, and this guy's like, "Yeah, yeah, it's us. We're going in." And Cammie finds herself in the one of the legends of the Glasswalkers. Like when you were a cub, you heard there's this like camp, the Dice Ultimate, the soldiers, the ones who the shit talk says they left the they don't have hope anymore. They're not like in the cities. They even have like kinfolk in their packs. They're weird. Who needs kinfolk YOLO? You see individuals who are like training, shooting. It is a full forced like full working military camp. It is it's big. It is bigger than Central Park,
Mm-hmm.
and it is like there's like bunch of people there. Like this is like uh this known mercenary group is kind of elite, and like the voodoo Tom explains, like starts explaining the about like the Glasswalker camps, and then says like this we left the corporate wolves in the past, and some of her were coming from the military. We were trying to like use the military, our kin as like more militant than other tribes, even to get a Ferris. And basically, the actions of the Glasswalkers and some disagreements led these Garu, who created this camp, to believe that the apocalypse is coming. Like it's sooner than most people expect. And when the power of the Glasswalkers went to the leader of the Glasswalker, who's a Foston right now, by the way, went to her. They were not really happy, and they basically like said, you know, how about we just doesn't we don't like do we don't like we create our own shit. How about we try to do what we criticize, which is the apocalypse is coming. We know like yeah, like saving cities, maybe dealing with the worm in corporate base or in mafia is useful, but this is a war and we need like more militant individuals. And they believe that the every woman, child that they should arm, teach, and let them fight because it's coming soon. And like he tells this like not in a fanatic way. Can you roll me intelligence empathy?
Yes, you can. Ugh. Why was Shelby rolling 100 d10? Jesus Christ.
Because she was being Shelby.
Shelby being Shelby. How about that? Intelligence and empathy. I got nothing.
I'm sorry. Okay.
That was awful. 3 up, 3 down.
The then continue talking. We use modern military techniques, equipments to utilize kinfolk as full members of the pack. There's a camp handbook that is only shared with the camp members, and I will share it with you as well, with the permission of our general.
She'll nod.
Is there any questions you have?
No, thank you.
He is kind of surprised that you don't have any questions.
She's taking it all in. She wants to deal with business before she starts, going across and asking more things. She came here to deal with business. So she wants to take care of that first. And then anything else that she wants to look into can be done on her time and not on an elder's time.
The camp is we are growing rapidly. As the guy continues, you're the second largest camp. And the Bill also is one of our members.
And he fights over on our side of the world.
Yes, he is sent to protect this that the forest. It is a big forest near a closed city, one of the biggest cities in the world, and it's among the biggest forests in America. So
Makes sense why I saw kinfolk. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense why kinfolk were fighting there.
they're in packs as well. We allow kinfolk to learn, fight, and your basically the system you created is going to be so much helpful to the kinfolk more than the Garu actually. Have you taught this before or taught like this?
Well, I hadn't considered it for that purpose, but that's a damn fine one.
The it is going to be extremely helpful. And your to be honest, I was again surprised when you just said that you were a Cleef. Is there a problem regarding in the sept of the green that we can force it to be handled?
Um,
We can send some words regarding to the glasswalkers there. The bill is there because of some individuals' requests in the past. I don't know if you would remember Hacked Host Machine. I have read your file. You recently arrived there. He died like a year ago. So if there is push and needed towards certain agendas, we can try to push it via bill.
the set politics right now are settling down after some pretty big upheaval. While anything that would be beneficial to myself and my pack is certainly tempting. To throw that kind of a spanner into the works would be it would be counterproductive for the effort that's going on within the city. I can earn my place on my own time, up the ladder.
He nods. You get the feeling that he respects you more now. He stops the car. And he says, pardon, the general's inside. He is waiting for you.
Thank you.
No problem. See you later.
And she'll just give him a nod and a salute before stepping out and heading towards the tent.
Okay. You enter the tent, and there's this like guy that who kind of looks like he's at his 60s, and he is looking at a screen.
Cammie will come in. She'll stand just inside like the tent's entryway.
Mm-hmm.
She'll stand at attention and salute. And she'll say, Cleith Cammie Haveru reporting for duty, or reporting as ordered, sir.
He returns the soldier salute. Um, Actually, he comes in front of you and then returns a salute, as a soldier should do. And he says, General Ross, Elder Philax of the Glasswalkers, out of war. Eddie, soldier.
And she'll take a wider stance and put her arms behind her back.
The He closes the tent's door, like tent's thing, not the
The
door, but
flap.
yeah. And he slowly goes towards his desk, and then he points the seat in front of the desk. There's two seats, and he points one of them.
She'll respectfully go over and take a seat.
I believe Voodoo explained what I told him to explain.
Yes, sir.
I will say I'm extremely interested in your prototype, and I wish to listen to the story of how you created it, what are your plans, what do you wish to achieve, and all that.
Well, I suppose I'll start at the beginning. In the Sept of the Green, we're not so embedded in a war zone as you are, but there is enough peril and danger facing the Cubs and Cleiths there that most of the training is done on the job, and most of the fighting is done in a very traditional sense as far as learning how to fight, hand-to-hand maneuvers, and some weapons training. Obviously more archaic than normal, but it's all very measured and very controlled. You don't get the feeling of what it's like to actually be out on a Bane hunt or fighting against a spiral that's actually meaning to kill you until you come up against one, and many of these Cleus and Cubs have to learn out in the field how to do just that. The VR system was, I suppose, just something that came to mind when I was thinking about the potential losses of Cubs. We had quite a few at the time in our sept. Many of them are now going through their rites of passage. I began to think there has to be a better way. There has to be a way to get some semblance of how to move and what tactics to use and how various weapons stack up against various creatures and denizens that we faced. Given the improvements in VR technology that have happened over the past 2 decades, I thought there was no reason why we couldn't move forward and make something that enables anyone to train against anything that is added to a database. How great would it be for a group of cubs to be able to fight against something like a Nexus crawler without actually having to face one down? Learn how to assess a tactical situation like that, move forward, and carry out a successful attack on one. So I took to modifying existing VR technology, wrote up my own software. I even built a headset that acts as a data recorder, so that way I could take statistics, metrics, and everything else that you would need from any engagement that I've been on to add data to create better simulations of various antagonists that we come up against. As for my goals, I want to be a valued member of the tribe. I don't want anyone equaling me. I want to be better than everybody else. And I want the things that I've built to mean more to the tribe than anything else. There's a great deal of potential in the age of technology. In the last 20 years, the advancements have been astronomical. And while it does certainly skate the line between the wild and the weaver, the better we can utilize the advents of the 20th century and beyond, the better chance we have of fighting our enemies and winning against them.
He listened. The prototype seems legit. So does your goals, ambitions. Is there anything you want to add to the prototype?
It's an ongoing product, so I'm going to continue to work on it well beyond its implementation into the tribe, and I've made it open source so that way anybody can add changes as needed. By next year, I hope to have full reports of just about every kind of spiral, every big name target that we could go up against.
Let's say I killed a spiral while the thing is active. It adds a spiral to the database, but how is it shows what spirals moves and the arts, pardon, the gifts, or it basically creates me in a way that it creates me to fight against a spiral.
Essentially, what the data recorder does is it takes into account everything that you see. Each hub in an area that holds the data for what the VR systems will display will have to be articulated in a certain manner, meaning that the data that's taken on the recorder has to be translated into the program. However, with the way that the data recorder takes video and movements and temperature and many other aspects into consideration, it makes it easier to create a fuller picture of an enemy. Whatever behaviors that are displayed when you record are the same approximations that will be placed into a digital reconstruction. For instance, I took the accountings of Gogol Fangs first and put them into the system. I have not won against him yet. In fact, I have barely made it past 7 seconds against him. And that's what without having seen him in action.
So you wish to give this prototype to the glasswalkers as a whole, so everybody can use it to make themselves better.
Yes. And I would highly recommend that it be used to help the nation out as a whole, but obviously priority goes to the children of Cockroach.
I have heard that you give the prototype to the Bell.
She nods. Long distance from New York to here. I didn't want anything to happen if I didn't make it. I didn't want to make everything for nothing. And it's not the prototype itself, it's the schematics, how to build one.
I have interest in your growth. We create this, and who knows what we will create in the future. While the future is very limited as apocalypse is coming, I will try to take anything I can.
Well, as I continue to grow as a theurge, I hope to improve on the design and add a tangible spiritual aspect into it.
Spiritual aspect, you say?
If I can find a spirit or a spirit brood that would either act as in some respects as a talon or a fetish, or a patron of this system, you could make the simulations that much more real.
Hmm. And you become a foster. I would love to see you to join my camp. And I say I lead the camp right now.
You speak of the Deus Ultimae?
Yes. This is not a knowledge that usually Cleats are given, but you prove yourself to be an ordinary one. That will be up to you. The In the future, if you need help, you can let me know. I will give you my number, a specific one. In just a second, my mom's keep calling me. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Just a second. My mom came in. I'm gonna open the door for her. Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm back.
Welcome back. As as General Ross goes through sort of his offer and everything, she bows her head graciously.
Mm-hmm.
I think my skills would be better suited to a different camp. However, I do believe very strongly in the mindset of what the Deus Ultimae stands for, as it's been presented to me. And I will make every effort to make sure that everything that I know, the Deus Ultimae knows. if you would have me as an ally under those circumstances.
He nods. Then he says, I want a promise that under no circumstances this camp's whereabouts will not be shared with anybody. And I mean anybody. And this history that we have will not be shared with anybody as well.
I'll put a bullet in my brain before this information is pulled out of me. If that makes you feel any better.
He nods and roll me perception primal urge.
Perception primal urge. I will roll just perception. Is it sight based or hearing based?
This is feeling, actually, touch.
Oh, okay. Well, that's just standard diff for me. I got a success.
He activated a gift. You can roll me like intelligence scar ruler to know what he activated.
Truth of Gaia, I'm guessing.
No.
Hmm.
Scent of Oathbreaker.
Ah.
He will know if you break this oath.
Her brow goes up, but she doesn't say anything. She can
You can roll
understand.
me intelligence empathy if you want like an explanation.
Jesus! What success!
He is a Glasswalker Phildux. He doesn't leave anything to chance. You know, like it's not about you. It's about the temp as a whole.
That's fair. So yeah, she doesn't say like, well, fuck you, or even close to that expression, but she just was interested is all. I see you protect your investments, sir.
I do. In the future, if you need help regarding certain things, we will be there. And look after my son and daughter, please. I heard that you invited them to the New York.
She'll nod. Hank is interesting. He certainly makes things more lively.
He nods.
But
It's a nice way to put Hank.
well, despite his antics, he has proven himself useful, and as long as that remains the case, I see no reason to give him any sort of ill will.
Yes, my daughter was in Africa. She was being herself, but well, now she is returning to New York for reasons I don't understand.
Well, we did save her from captivity. I could understand her wanting to be around family.
He nods.
There is something I would like to request, sir.
I'm all ears.
A means to gain entry into the random interrupts. They have a very similar all or nothing attitude as I'm led to believe, such as the Deus Ultimae. They just do it in a different way, and I think that is where my skills truly lie.
If I offered them um I will talk with Elizabeth, Gene Reader,
Mm-hmm.
then you become a Cleith. Pardon, then you become a Foster.
Well, very gracious of you. And I hope to be achieving that rank sooner rather than later. But I do have a proposal to that end, and that is that if you help secure my position within the camp, I can make sure that the interrupts and the ultimate receive updates for the VR gear before any other individuals in the tribe or within the nation.
He nods. Well, that went easy. Izzy looks to Cammie and says again, the do you wish to remain here more or you wish to return to your ship as soon as possible?
The Sept is lost many. I can't be away for too long.
He nods.
But I would like to learn more about our tribe's history, things that aren't normally taught to cubs and cliffs.
He nods. And he will like sign a paper and give the paper to Cammie.
Mm-hmm. And I'm guessing it's a
Tell
contract.
no, basically like he just sign an open normal paper,
Mm-hmm.
white paper. This like big sign, and he just says, "Give this to Voodoo on your way back to our cairn in the city.
Yes, sir.
It will be a probably 2-3 hours of conversation."
I'm sure I can spare that. I can spare that.
He nods and like waves his hand, which is basically like I got things to do.
She'll stand up and she'll fold the paper and she will salute. Then she will turn on her heel and exit the tent.
Would you like to end the scene there?
Yeah, I think that's a good place to end it.
Okay.
So thank you, players, for playing, and thank you, watchers, for watching. We'll see you next time in Rage Across New York.